The BBC is laundering another resource grab by the United States. This BBC article answers a question on behalf of the US. Is Trump really after Venezuela's oil? The article concludes that probably not, and that the real goal of the US is whatever the US says its goal is. The title sets the frame. Venezuela says Trump wants its oil. But it's not about Trump. It's about the US oil industry and the US administrations that support its ambitions. The US has sought to overthrow the Venezuelan government for 25 years, since Hugo Chávez's election in 1998. Overthrowing or pressuring Venezuela's government to secure better terms to its oil is a project that dates much further back than Trump and involves a whole cast of characters connected to the oil industry and the US foreign policy apparatus. The second sentence of the title poses the question, but is that the real US goal? Casting doubt that the US oil industry would want greater access to the world's largest proven oil reserve. Let's look at how the BBC argues this point and the major concessions it makes to do so. The article acknowledges that Venezuela is home to the world's largest proven oil reserves, then quotes a Florida congresswoman who says access to the oil would be a field day for US oil companies. It acknowledges that Trump might seem open to such arguments and that he campaigned on the slogan "Drill, baby, drill," and has generally called for expanding oil production. It also concedes that US companies are interested in expanded access to Venezuelan oil and that US refiners are particularly interested in Venezuelan heavy crude because it's more profitable. The BBC answers the title question in two ways, with one, the official White House positions about Venezuela, and two, arguing about the profitability of exploiting Venezuela's oil. The White House has said it is concerned about drug trafficking and what it sees as Maduro's illegitimacy. Stopping the flow of illegal drugs to the US is the #1 priority. And then an analyst is quoted saying, "I just have not seen the supporting evidence that oil is at the center of its ambitions." Let's remember when Trump said this.
"We're buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich." Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.